Hello, welcome back, ladies, and thank you so much for listening to Women Own Listed, the podcast. So, of course, we know that many of us are entrepreneurs, and we have another fantastic entrepreneur in with us today who's got some great information for us. Thanks so much for being here, Samantha.
Hey, Clary, thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here with you today.
All right, great. And so, Samantha, can you tell us a little bit first about your business and what you offer?
Okay, for me, I help women thrive in male dominated industries. I help them do that by validating themselves, not looking for validations from the men, making sure that they feel secure and making sure that they understand that they do not have to sell them shorts in order to be liked or loved in these work environments that are dominated by men. A lot of times women get caught up in worrying about what everyone's thinking about them, feeling about them, and they forget to walk in that same courage, that same strength that they walked into that job with. They start to devalue themselves, hoping that the men would value them. So I teach them to step back into that same thing that got them to that position in the first place.
I love that. That is so important, and it's a lot of industries that are like that. I'm thinking back to my time when I worked in a financial planning firm and I was an accounting assistant and all of the brokers, were men and you just did not you felt this just very weird vibe. You know what I mean? And that's
Yes.
just one that at least that's, office work, but then you think of other women who, maybe they're police officers or firefighters, where it's even more so you can probably feel that. Wow, that's very interesting. What made you want to get into this space of work?
Well, let me tell you, honestly, I still work in that industry right now. I work in the straight structural maintenance department at the airport, and I am a supervisor there, but I've been in the structural maintenance unit for the past 24 years. So I have been the first, I've been the only, and I've been one of few, depending on which department I navigated into as my career, as I elevated in my career. So when you just said that you was in that environment and you get my audience, I say sis, because it's a feeling that only we understand that have
That's
worked
right.
in these environments. It's that uneasiness that you may feel. And we get to relate sometimes without even saying a word. We gravitate to each other, or in my experience, when they do get another woman, they kind of put us against each other. Oh, she's great at this, and you're feeling like, oh my goodness, they don't always give women an opportunity. So we kind of have these thoughts about each other until we get that conversation and understand, honey, my struggle is yours and yours is mine, and we're here together. So this is what got me here because I saw it and I saw the women coming in after me and I saw the
Mm,
struggle, I saw the pain, I saw women leaving things and jobs that they wanted to be in. And everybody says, oh, well, if you're unhappy or you're not feeling or you're feeling uneasy, you should just leave. Everyone doesn't have that same, financial stability outside of having just themselves. So just to tell a woman to leave and not understand, and we get to, and that's why I want them to understand that we're so caught up and worried about what everyone else is thinking about us, worried about what everyone is feeling about us, that we get to feel for ourselves. We get to love on ourselves. We get to remember the value that we bring to these jobs. So this is what I help women do. Remind them that they bring the value, that no one gave them this job just by chance, that they earned it, that they stepped into it with qualifying factors that validate them from day one. And I remind them to remind themselves of that. So it is my personal journey to make sure that every woman that are in these situations where only we understand that it's a woman out here that understands you, gets you, and wants you to know that you are enough. So that's why I got into this because I know and I've been there, and I salute every woman that's going through it and doing it, and especially when you become in a position of authority like myself. I'm third. I hold the third highest position. So
wow.
I step into it. I have a staff of 60 men,
Wow.
and I run the emergency snow unit. So that means this
Mm,
time of year, I know where 102 pieces of snow equipment is and 102 pieces of men at all times.
I love it. That is incredible. So this is really born from your own experience and your own passion to help other women, because you've seen how women will often get pushed out. You know how men do. You try to redirect them or correct them. They want to get to talking loud, sticking their chest out, don't want to listen and all this kind of stuff. And it's just like, it's unacceptable behavior.
It is. They want to talk over you. Like you said, they want to stand over you. And I've experienced where they want to sit up at the table, same table you sitting at. And they want to sit up taller and be letting you know that they're in charge. No, you're not.
I'm sorry to interrupt here, but we've got something important to say. At womenownlisted.com, our mission is to empower and uplift women entrepreneurs by providing a dynamic platform to showcase and connect their businesses to a broader audience. We are committed to fostering a community of support. We aim to create a lasting network where women entrepreneurs can succeed and inspire the next generation of business leaders. Are you a woman entrepreneur looking to elevate your business? Join womenownlisted.com today. List your business and join over 800 female business owners who are strengthening their presence by joining our platform. Share your story and expertise with our audience by being interviewed on our podcast. Let's amplify your voice and inspire others. Hit the like button, subscribe on podcasts, subscribe on YouTube, join our mailing list, and get your business listed now to take the next steps in pushing your business forward.
Sit back.
Sit back.
This. That's right. And I want women to understand that these men have an issue with themselves. And whatever issue it is, it's not your responsibility to fix for them.
That's right.
And it is. It's basically bullying, but we don't say that in male-dominated industries. We say they messing with me because we feel a little intimidated. We feel like we're doing something wrong, and we're doing nothing wrong. We just showing up every day trying to get paid.
Right. Wow. Now, without getting, too personal or, sharing anything that don't feel like, but I really love this topic and I think a lot of women can benefit from it. Is there any particular experience that you had over the years, with working with men that was like one for the books, basically? Like, man, this was just.
I tell the same story a lot of times because it's just so when I think back over it and I look at where I am now in comparison to where I was looking for validation and looking for someone to have my back, I think back about when I became a unit in charge of a unit and I had someone questioning me, a subordinate. I hate to say the word subordinate. I don't know why I hate saying it, but it's a fact. It's a fact. And he
Right.
was questioning my authority. Well, I don't have to listen to you. You're not my boss. But I am.
I
Who grants you
am.
your time? Who tells you what to do? Who does all the things? So, with this happening, okay, so now I feel like I'm just sweating. I feel like I'm hot. I'm just like who he think he talking to? And so I say, listen, all that who you think I'm not, but I'm telling you what to do. And I basically put like four fingers up on my, like I'm in charge here. Get going. But he went to my boss and he said to my boss, told him the story. And I go in. My boss wants to see me now. So you go in. I'm confident. Like, yeah, you did the right thing. Blah,
Hmm.
blah, blah. He pulls me in and he wants to talk about how, Samantha, you can give directives and tell them who you are, but you don't have to be so animated about it.
Okay.
Basically, chastising me
Hmm.
for asserting my authority, not talking to this young man who disrespected me, who didn't think I was qualified, or didn't not just think it, said it, and treated me with disrespect and questioned my authority. So it's like one of those moments where I'm looking outside of myself and I feel like I'm just sliding under the table. I feel like a shell of myself. I am just, I felt like I
Wow.
was a deer in headlights, just looking, just staring out. But I remember, and I think I'm going to find another one that says it. I went back to my office. I'm upset, and I had a coworker at the time. He gave me this sign that I'm about to tell you about because he was making fun of me because I was always complaining, being the only woman. Ain't nobody got my back, and I'm in this by myself, and this, that, and the other. I was just carrying on. And one day when I walked into my office, he had put this sign, and at the time it was in front of me. He put it there, and he said, it said, behind every successful woman is herself.
Mm-hmm.
So for
Mm-hmm.
someone, I went back to my office that day, and I looked at that sign. It was a pivotal point for me where
Okay.
I realized I had to have my own back, and I needed to do something to encourage myself and stop looking for them to validate me, because even in meetings and even in circumstances where I am right, they were not.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when I started this journey of
Wow.
learning to show up for me, give me what I need, ask for what I want, state my facts if no one else believes in me. I know that it's true, and knowing the value that I bring to any position that I have or to any table that I sit at.
That is absolutely the truth. Wow. Thank you so much for sharing that. I mean, it is sometimes the things that happen, you just can't even, it just is shocking, wow. Yeah, it is a problem that, women unfortunately are going to keep dealing with. So we're so thankful for folks like you who are willing to, encourage and help women in their careers so that they're able to, not so much be a victim and find their voice and speak up, because half the time, we all claim, oh, we go to HR, go to HR. Half the time they're not helpful. I'm just keeping it 100. Half the time HR makes things 50 times worse. And so
Yes.
you on your own in this corporate environment.
And I say that just like you. I think that's where the change and the shift has to come, because they talk about this diversity, equity, and inclusion, but they make you watch these videos because it's cheaper for them to get it out to the masses of the people that's employed to them by
Hmm.
to for them than it is to have someone come in and really have the open conversation so we can understand and learn each other and respect each other. That's the problem. I think that we as employees need to speak up more, because a lot of times, especially in environments where you're the only woman, especially when you're the only black woman, hey, look at me, I'm showing up.
Hmm.
Um, they don't want to see me in those positions. They don't want me to show up. They just want me to, guess what, Samantha? You check both boxes. I've been told that too. I check both
Oh,
boxes.
man.
Like my value was nothing, like I didn't bring anything to the table. So understanding that HR needs to do better and not just say it'll be all right and pacify us as if we're just there, like we're making things up, but educate everyone. And it starts from the top down. They're not educating the bosses, they're not educating the people that are hiring them. You know what I mean? Like they're bringing in these people to have us watch a video so they
Hmm.
can check a box, so they can get government funding, so they can get federal funding.
Hmm.
But it's really not about the employee, and especially about the women. I think like 63% of women that are in male dominated industries leave because they feel that much discomfort.
Wow.
And all of that comes from them being afraid, being scared. And it's not always sexual harassment. It's that mental harassment that just gets you and breaks you down where you don't feel like showing up anymore. So I get excited and I talk really fast because I'm just like, something has to shift and be done for women to show up differently. And it starts with us having our own back and learning that we don't have to cater to or ask them to understand or love on us. And we don't have to bend over, and we don't have to give 10 and 20% more than anybody else to show that we belong, because we
Right.
belong from the very
Wow.
beginning, from the moment we walk in that door. We bring something, and it's not check boxes.
Wow. That is it. That is it. Well, wow. Now I want to ask you a little bit more about your business, because I definitely want all the women out there to be able to connect with you. So tell me a little bit about some more of the services that you offer that women can take advantage of.
Okay, well, for me, I have a 12-week program.
Okay.
That's my signature program. I call it a confidence boost. That's 12 weeks. You work with me one on one,
Mm,
and women, we figure it out, because with I have 4 pillars that I work with women on: personal, professional, emotional, and self allyship. Self allyship is big for me Because that's the first thing they tell us, especially in these male dominated industries. Hey, baby, you need to find somebody you can talk to that understands you, that's going to help you when we need to be helping ourselves. So I work with these women one on one with that. Then I have programs that I set up depending on the person and their personal need. And I work with them like that also. So right now, I just do one on one and growing from there.
Wow, that is great. It's nothing like being able to get that one-on-one connection, especially for, something like this. There's some emotional baggage sometimes to unpack when you've gone through these different situations and stuff like that. So thank you so much for the work that you do with your business, that's helping women. And also thank you for the job that you do as well, because we need more women in leadership in corporate fields, because the companies that are more diverse in that way tend to do a lot better. Employees seem to be a lot happier, and even statistics show that people feel a lot of times more understood. So definitely kudos for sticking it out, doing a good work. Absolutely. And also, before we got on, you did mention that you have a quiz for us to take. Can you tell us about your quiz?
Yes, I have a quiz, a confidence quiz that women take to see where you're ranging and where you need growth or where you would like to grow into and where you may need a little bit of work at. And it gives you suggestions on what you can do to grow and to regain your confidence. So I always tell women and suggest that they should take it because it just gives you that gauge to see. Because you already know when you want to do something or you want to change, but this gives you that little bit of extra you may be looking for to show up for yourself.
Oh, excellent. Okay, awesome. Well, definitely, could you tell us your website and contact so the ladies can contact you?
Yes, my email address is info@samanthakharris.com. The K is spelled out Kaye, and my website is samanthakharris.com, and the K is spelled out again. And I'm having a workshop. I have a workshop that mansplaining. We're gonna stop that mansplaining, ladies. In
Ooh,
2025, we're not gonna have them talking about us, telling us how to show up, and dictating what we do. We're gonna show up.
I like that. Tell me more about what mansplaining is. What is mansplaining? We need to know what that is. What is mansplaining?
I meant to tell you about it before, but I forgot. Mansplaining is when they talk down to you and break it down like you're not intelligent enough to understand what is going on, especially anything that's technical. Women in STEM, they already know they're going to talk to them
Oh,
on a
yeah.
first grade level because they don't think they understand anything about anything electronic or anything that's scientific, and or they speak over you and do not allow you to speak at all. They want to
Mm.
stop you from showing any type of expertise. And if you do show any, they tend to downplay you like, oh, that's such a good job for a woman. Oh, that's so
Oh.
nice. Oh, how did you learn that? Like you're not intelligent. So we're gonna stop that in the tracks. We're gonna redirect.
Okay, y'all heard it right there. We need to get on there so we can learn how to stop this mansplaining in the tracks, because we are not taking that into 2025. We are over it.
Yes, ma'am. That's what we doing.
I love it. Well, you know what, Samantha? I want to thank you again so much for being here. Thank you so much for sharing about your business. We definitely wish you much success with the business. Hope some of the ladies will head over to your website, check you out, give her a follow. And yeah, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me, and I really appreciate this because as much as we need to share this so that we all can grow and excel together. That's my goal for us as women.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for listening to Women Own Listed. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.